Conflict isn't the sole property of humanity, for it is able to arise amongst other life forms as well. Invasive plant species take over habitats of a new region, even if the indigenous plants are still occupying it, thus forcing them out of the competitive scene. Conflict arises between that of carnivores and herbivores in order to see who will live to see another day. Even microscopic bacteria find themselves in conflict with things such as the immune system of another organism to see who will come out on top. And this is done without the need for weapons of mass destruction, for disease has managed to kill millions, while weapons of mass destruction can only kill hundreds of thousands, if that. Greetings and welcome back to Checkpoint Gaming Chess. Before moving out of mainland China, there are 2 other versions of chess found in said country that we would like to take a look at. The first of these is that of Dou Shou, which translates to that of fighting animal game, which is derived from xiangqi and is also known as the jungle game, the animal game, and Chinese animal chess. It is played upon a 7x9 board with a total of 63 squares, and where some of the squares are blue in color, indicating water, with each player possessing a set of 8 pieces that is typically divided into red and blue. With the water areas, they're located in the center of the board, with each area consisting of 6 squares presented in a 2x3 rectangle. On top of this, a single strip of land squares is found upon either edge of the board, along with a strip running down the middle, thus separating the 2 water areas. With the game's objective, it is to have the players move any of their given animal pieces into the den of their opponent, which is found in the center square of the first rank of each player. With that said, a player's animals aren't allowed to move into their own den, only their opponent's. And found upon each side of the den along the file and rank is a trap, thus given each den 3 traps. Although each player is able to move onto and off of their own traps with no effects occurring, if the player moves one of their pieces onto a trap that is owned by the opponent, said piece will lose all of its power, thus bringing it down to 0. And once this occurs, said piece can be captured by any of the opponent's pieces. But once a piece that is found in an opponent's trap leaves it, it'll regain its normal rank. An alternative means of winning the game is to just capture all of the opponent's pieces. With each player's set, each piece is a different animal that possesses a different degree of power and are sculpted. Each piece also possesses a power value to it, which is represented by a number. And with their various sizes, it is to show their relative power in relation to each other. With the rat, its power value is that of 1. With the cat, its power value is that of 2. With the dog, its power value is that of 3. With the wolf, its power value is that of 4. With the leopard, its power value is that of 5. With the tiger, its power value is that of 6. With the lion, its power value is that of 7. And with the elephant, its power value is that of 8. With the arrangement of the pieces, it consists of the following. Found on the player's first rank, the tiger is placed on the furthest left square, while the lion is placed on the furthest right square. Found on the player's second rank, the cat is found on the square found on the second square from the left edge, while the dog is found on the second square from the right edge. And found on the player's third rank, going from left to right, is the elephant, wolf, leopard, and rat, which are equally spaced across the rank, thus causing an empty square to be found between each piece. Their starting positions are also printed upon the board itself, which makes things easier. But after setup, the printed icons for the starting positions have no effect upon the game, and because of the arrangement, the players' pieces will mirror each other. With determining who goes first, it is the player who possesses the darker set of pieces, which is typically the blue player. From there, the players will alternate movement, moving a single piece at a time, and each player will have to move upon their turn. When it comes to actual movement, all of them possess the same movement, although some have special powers connected with them. With the nature of the basic movement, it consists of 1 space found along the file or rank, with no piece being able to move diagonally. When it comes to that of the special powers, they consist of the following. With the rat, although the weakest piece found upon the board, it has the ability to capture the elephant, but the elephant is unable to capture the rat. In addition to this, the rat is the only piece that is able to freely move within the water squares, allowing it to move into and out of it. But with that said, it can't make an attack against the elephant when it is in the water. When it comes to that of the lion and tiger, they can jump over the water, thus causing them to move from one bank to the other, traveling in a straight line when doing so. The lion and tiger are also able to capture when engaging in this movement. But with that said, they can't jump over the rat in this manner when the rat is found within the water between the respective banks. This is true regardless of what color the rat is. When an animal has been captured, the capturing piece is to move onto the square that the captured piece was occupying and a captured piece removed from the game. But with that said, the attacking piece will have to be of equal or greater power than the piece that is being captured. But if the piece that is attempting to capture is less powerful than that of the opponent's piece, then nothing will happen. On top of this, when a rat is found in the water, it is unable to be captured by any piece that is found upon the land, thus causing another rat that is found in the water to be the only piece that can capture a water rat. With all of that taken care of, there are a few variants to this given game, and we'll take a look at a few of them here. So we'll leave it up to you on which ones to implement in your given game. Regarding the elephant and the rat, they can attack and capture each other during gameplay. Some people view the dog as being more powerful than that of the wolf, causing the dog to possess a power of 4 while the wolf has a power of 3. Along the same vein, the lion and tiger have equal power, thus allowing these pieces to capture each other, although some have the tiger outranking the lion. So you can't exactly implement both of these tiger-lion variants in the same game. We live on the macro scale, so the quantum mechanics idea that a particle can be in 2 states at once doesn't apply here. With the leopard, it can jump over the water squares, but only along the rank, not the file, due to it being less powerful than that of the tiger and lion. On top of that, it can jump over the rat when it's in the river, so it seems like things balance out there. Some people also allow the dog to move into the water squares. With the traps, a variant causes them to be universal, so if a piece goes into a trap in its own region, then the opponent will be able to capture it, regardless of the power difference. Regarding the lion, a version sees it not being able to jump across the water along the rank. Some games will replace the wolf with a fox, with the dog being stronger than the fox. If this game was Japanese in origin instead of Chinese, we wonder if the fox would be that of the kitsune, which in turn would make it more powerful. But this is just us spitballing here. On top of this, there is a version of the game that is known as animal checkers, which eliminates the traps and water squares, along with only using the rat, dog, tiger, and elephant. There is also a version where the pieces that are ranked from 1 through 4 are able to move into the trap squares without losing their power ranking. And for those who want to reduce the chance that a game will end up in a draw, the following can be implemented. First, the lion and tiger can jump along the file and are unable to be blocked. Second, the lion, tiger, and leopard, because apparently there are no bears in China, can jump along the rank. Third, the wolf and dog can move along the water squares, not just the rank. Fourth, only the rat, cat, and dog can move into the trap squares in their home region. Fifth, no piece is allowed to stay in the water for more than 3 turns. If it's in the water square during its 4th turn and it either can't or doesn't move onto land, then it will drown, thus removing it from the game. And 6th, if a piece belonging to the opponent remains in their den for a total of 30 turns, the owner of the affected den loses. So with that said, that is what you need to know about Dou Shou Qi. With that taken care of, we can start talking xiangqi. If you liked this episode, feel free to give it a like, and if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes we upload, go ahead and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/checkpointgaming. See you in the next episode, and happy gaming.